so it's 7 o'clock. We'll go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm Brandie. Thank you so much for being here tonight or watching whenever you find this channel and start to practice with us. I know things have been a little bit crazy, so we really appreciate you taking the time to join us in practice. Even though we're separated physically, we can still be reconnected digitally. And for all of those people who are still subscribing to Black Swan Yoga's streaming television or our memberships, you guys are supporting the studio, so thank you for keeping these doors open for when we knock out this virus so we have a place to come home to. We really appreciate that. Any donations that you guys make, if you're watching this on YouTube, there should be a link down below, so if you feel like donating, you're welcome to, but all of those donations go to help the teachers during this time where a lot of us have lost income. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for joining us in spirit, and if you're able to make a donation or keep your subscription, we really appreciate that as well. Let's go ahead and find our way to a nice, comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe that's sitting up nice and tall, crisscross applesauce. Maybe that's on your heels. Maybe that's laying down on your back. Whatever it is, go ahead and find your way there. Just give yourself a moment to check in. Starting to get the wiggles out. Maybe you take your head from left to right. You can walk the shoulders back behind you or give them a roll. Maybe you shake out your arms or even your legs. If it feels comfortable in your body, allow your eyes to close. And begin to meet yourself exactly where you are right now. So for these first few moments, we're not necessarily trying to change anything. Simply creating an awareness. Starting to draw the focus even further inward. Beginning to notice the pattern of your breath. Drawing a little more focus and attention to the breath. Inhaling for a count of 3. And exhaling for the same count. Together, we'll release all the air that's in the lungs. Taking a big breath for 3, 2, 1. Releasing the air. 1, 2, 3. Inhaling here. 3, 2, 1. Releasing that air. 1, 2, 3. 2 more times. Inhaling. 3, 2, 1. Release the breath. 1, 2, 3. Last round. Inhaling. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling here. 1, 2, and 3. As the vibrations fade away, you can slowly begin to blink your eyes open, and we'll all begin to find our way into a twist. To start, we'll reach the arms overhead. Exhaling to take our right hand behind the right hip. Left hand presses into the right knee. I'll turn around so you can see. Walking the hand a little closer to your body, ground down through both hands so you get tall. And as you exhale, just rotate that right shoulder towards the back corner of your mat. Gaze can follow. And as you inhale, next press into the hands again. This time the left shoulder reaches for the left knee. So instead of thinking about rotating the torso, think about broadening the shoulders away from each other. Noticing here if there's a curve in your low back, lengthening your tailbone down, sitting up as tall as you can for one more breath. Exhale, bring it out. Keeping the left hand on the right knee, inhale, reach the right arm up. Over to the left side of the mat. Noticing here if your heart is caving forward and the back is rounding. Lift tall through the chest, shining the heart up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release the right hand down towards the left knee as you round the back and tuck your chin. Pausing here for just a few moments. One more inhale. Let it go. Slowly coming back through center. Inhale, the arms reach up again. Exhale, twist us over to the left. So same thing, just a different view. Pressing into the hands, sit up as tall as you can. And with an exhale, rotate towards the left shoulder. Inhale again to sit up taller. And as you exhale, that right shoulder reaches towards the right knee. One more breath, sit up a little bit taller. And as you exhale, wring out the spine. Keep that right hand planted on your left knee. Start to reach the left arm up and over. Big stretch. Maybe the gaze stays reaching for the ceiling, maybe down towards that right hand. Notice here if the chest is collapsing. Inhale to open your heart, shining your spotlight in the center of your chest like a bat signal into the sky. One more breath here. And with your exhale, release your left hand down to your right knee. Round your back, tuck your chin. Send the shoulders behind you. One more breath. Let it go. Slowly release the hands. Reach them overhead. Option to either grab for opposite elbows. Interlace the fingers, drawing the hands away from the low back, or simply pressing the fingertips into the earth, rolling the heads of the shoulders back as you lift your heart. Option to send the hips forward if the hands are on the ground. One more breath wherever you've chosen to go. And with an exhale, release the hips down. Inhale, arms reach up. We'll exhale, begin to walk the hands forward. So instead of thinking about becoming a pancake here, press your fingertips into the ground, look forward towards the front of the mat, finding a nice long spine. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe the hands walk back a bit. Again, trying to broaden through the chest. Feeling grounded. Take one more breath wherever you are. Slowly release the hands. You can walk them behind you. So release the feet in front of us, coming into boat position. Drawing the shoulders together behind us, opening up through the chest once again. You can stay here, straighten the legs. Maybe the hands take that hold behind the thighs. Maybe the fingertips come to the ground. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly release down to your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a circle one way. And then the other. So coming into a dead bug position with our arms and legs reaching overhead, we'll take a big breath in, extend the left leg and the right arm. Reach, reach, reach as long as you can. Hover the fingers, hover the heel. Toes point up towards the ceiling. Notice the work here in your low belly. Keep drawing it in. One more inhale, reach longer. And as you exhale, find a crunch. Draw the knee and elbow together. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, find your crunch. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. If you need a break, give yourself one. Open up the arms, give yourself a hug, wrap them around your legs. Lift the shoulders and relax them down. We'll reach the arms and legs up, and we'll take that again on the other side. So when you're ready, this time extend the right leg and the left arm. Pausing here, reaching the fingertips towards the top of the mat, the heel pressing towards the back of the mat. One more breath. And again, you can take your right hand to your low belly, inhale again. And as you exhale, knee and elbow meet in the center of the body. Inhale to reach out long. Exhale to find that connection. Last one, notice all the muscles in your entire core. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, bring it in. Find a happy baby. Grab for the outside edges of your feet or your thighs, rocking from side to side. Feels so good to release that energy. Slowly drawing the right knee into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, squeeze a little tighter, relaxing the shoulders down at the same time. One more breath in. With an exhale, release this leg over towards the left. We'll come here again towards the end of practice. Pausing here, letting that top leg be heavy as we look towards the right hand. One more breath in. And as you exhale, we'll come back to center, bending into the left knee so the right ankle crosses on top. Hands come down by your side. Pressing into your hands and that left foot. Inhale, lift your hips. One more breath. Slowly release down and we'll switch sides. This time the left knee hugs in. Again, you can lengthen that right leg. Maybe the knee stays bent if that feels better. But notice that the shoulders hike up. Try to relax them down as fast as you can. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll find our twist over to the right side just for a few moments. 2 breaths here, in and out. Last time. Inhale again, and as you exhale, come back to center, finding that figure 4 bridge. Hands come by your hips, ground through the right foot on an inhale, lifting the heels away from the earth. One more breath, lift a little higher, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And as gently as you can, release the glutes down, both knees drawn to the chest. You can either rock forward and back, building momentum, sending the knees over the feet, coming to tabletop. Or maybe instead, we come over to one side, pressing ourselves up, and walking ourselves to hands and knees. One way is just a little more acrobatic. Both of them work just fine. Once you get here, give yourself permission to wiggle and get super weird. Shake your head, shake your hips. Maybe even come up onto your fist to give your shoulders and your wrists a little break. Starting to reconnect with your breath here, letting the inhales expand your body and the exhale round and release the shoulders. When you're ready, we'll come back to your center, hands pressing into the earth. Spread your toes wide, grounding through the tops of your feet. Once you're here, take a big inhale, dropping your belly down, pull your heart through the arms like a Care Bear stare. And as you exhale, we'll reverse the movement, starting at the base of your spine. Curl your tailbone under, round the back, press the floor away. Inhaling to come back. And exhaling to release. Brush the toes under, start to lift the knees just a couple inches away from the earth. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, extend the left leg. Toes pressing into the earth, the heel pressing back. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And as you exhale, we'll switch sides. Inhaling to lengthen the opposite leg behind you. Keep grounding down through your hands. Maybe you shift your weight forward so the shoulders come over the wrists. Keep pressing that back heel behind you. Inhale. And when you're ready, exhale, find child. Releasing the forehead toward the earth. And if for any reason your forehead doesn't touch, you can use a block or a pillow underneath you. Maybe instead you take your forearms, overlap one on top of the other, and relax the forehead down. Give yourself just a moment here to notice the body. Slow breaths in and out. Last breath here. Pressing into the fingertips before we speed things up. Walk the hands over towards the left. Left hand presses into the earth. Right hand comes on top if it can reach, and we'll sink down. Anchoring the right hip towards the heels to ground down and stretch out the side body a little more. Feeling energy all the way from your hip bone to the outside edge of your pinky finger. One more breath. Slowly come back to center, reach out long for one inhale. Stay for an exhale. When you're ready, we'll come over to the right side. Right hand presses down, left hand comes on top. We'll slowly release the forehead down if that feels good in the body. Anchoring the left hip towards the heels to lengthen the side body. Big breath here. Let it go. Last one. Slowly beginning to walk the hands forward. We'll brush the tips of our toes under, finding our way to downward dog. You can walk the feet a little wider, a little further apart or closer together for this one. Just start to notice lines of energy in your body, from the fingertips all the way to your tailbone, and from your tailbone all the way down the back of the legs to your heels. You can start to shift the weight forward and back if that feels good. When you're ready, come to find some stability, heels reaching towards the earth. Draw the low ribs in, try to keep the ears in line with your biceps. Draw the heels in line with your pinky toes. Starting to come up onto the tiptoes, bend into your knees, take quite a few baby steps until the feet reach the hands. Take a big bend in your knees, grab for opposite elbows, let your body sway from side to side. Upper body is heavy here. You can stay there. Once again, interlace the hands behind you, reaching the hands up and down to release the grumpies from the upper back. You can shake your head, yes and no. Inhale, find halfway lift with your hands where they are. Bend into your left knee. Dip your left shoulder down. Release your chest, keep the legs as they are. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Bend into your right knee, dip the shoulder down. Leave the legs how they are, bring your chest back to center. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold. Hands release. Slowly reaching the arms up as the body blossoms. All the way to standing, arms reach overhead, palms come together. Inhale, get a little taller. With an exhale, let's open up to the right hand behind us. Maybe our gaze follows. Left hand reaches towards the front of the room. Reach your hands away from each other in opposite directions. Maybe you take your right hand to the low back, the left arm reaches back behind you. Inhale, return to center. And an exhale takes us over to the other side, reaching the hands in opposite directions. Big breath. Maybe we find that little back bend if that felt great. Inhale again, come back to center. And exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, step one foot back, and then the other. Here we're in a plank position. For this first one, we're gonna shift our weight forward so our shoulders are just over the wrist, lower down to the knees. And then hugging the elbows in, we're gonna release the body all the way down to the earth. Yeah. Walk the feet together, press into the pelvis. There's a piece of armor here. The rest of the floor is hot lava. Lift everything else up so you don't get burned. Draw the shoulder blades together. You can even take the pinkies towards one another. Squeeze the heels towards one another. Lift a little higher, inhale. Exhale, the hands come underneath your shoulders. Notice how the elbows want to flare out. Hug them in. Press down into your hands to push yourself up and back through child's pose. Lengthening the arms to stretch out the back body. Again, if that feels best, you can leave the hands there or reach them up towards the ceiling. Maybe they just hang out and rest alongside your body. A couple breaths here. Slowly sending the hands back in front of you. We'll shift our weight forward, and you can take that same variation. Or a full sun salutation, coming back to downward dog. Stretch out the legs for a breath or two. And when you're ready, look forward, step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, we'll take that twist. Option to find that mini back bend. Opening up here as we're stretching the body. Returning back to center, we'll take that over to the other side. Arms reach away from each other. Maybe we find a back bend, maybe we don't. Inhale, reach up. And again, you have the option to come all the way down to your belly. Maybe you come down to the knees, or maybe you shift your weight forward, finding our way through chaturanga, pressing into the hands, coming through up dog, squeeze the heels towards one another. Lengthen the low back towards the heels. When you're ready, brush over the toes, find your way to downward dog. Ooh, it feels so good to stretch out the body. Maybe pedal around a little bit more. Just a few breaths, warming up the spine. Looking towards the front of the mat. When you're ready, take a couple steps, maybe a hop. Inhale, flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Finding that back bend, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, brings us back to center. Exhale takes us over to the other side. Last round. Flowing here at your own pace, deciding what you need this evening. Maybe it's a little more, maybe it's a little less. When you arrive back in your downward dog, slowly press into your right foot, lifting your left leg high. Start by kicking your own bum. Eventually start to take that foot so far over towards the right side that the left foot may touch down. We can pivot on the right toes, lifting our left hand as we straighten that right leg, sending our heart towards the ceiling, opening up for rounding. Big breath here. When you're ready, we'll pivot back on the right toes again, lifting that left leg. Inhale. Exhale, step the foot through to the inside edge of the left hand. Right heel comes down at a 45-degree angle. When you're ready, inhale, lift your heart, lift your arms. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, reaching both sides of the body towards the front of the mat. So notice if this right side wants to open up towards the right, see if you can take the sides of your body towards the front of the room. So the hips doesn't necessarily have to square that direction. We want the front of the body reaching forward. Big breath in. Imagine you have weights in your hands. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, draw the weights down. Once you get in line with the shoulders, squeeze them together. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring it back down. Pause when the elbows are in line with the shoulders. Squeeze them back behind you. Hands come down to the earth. Straighten that front leg. Peel the toes off the ground. Option to pivot on the right toes, picking up the heel. Bending back into that front knee. Back knee comes down. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift up for low lunge. One hand comes to the belly. One hand comes to the thigh. And we're literally going to pull the meat away from each other, noticing a deeper stretch in that front hip flexor as we lengthen the tailbone down, getting the knee just underneath the hip bone. Again, you can stay here, interlace the hands back behind you, peeling the elbows open for a deep chest opener here. Big breath. Exhale, release the hands down to the ground. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Half split. Notice if the body starts to come over to the right side, try to bring yourself back to center. Walking the fingertips a little closer, taking your hands to blocks to help lengthen your spine. So notice if you're turning into a little gargoyle here, start to lengthen, lift up tall, look towards your big toe, big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Pressing into the front foot, we're gonna walk our hands forward, step up, kick your own butt. And bring that foot down, finding a fold. Ooh, grab for opposite elbows, release, shake it out. Slowly releasing the hands down to the ground, find your way to a flat back. Exhale, release. Option to go straight into downward dog. Or find your vinyasa, shifting your weight forward. Maybe we come down to the knees if that felt great. Maybe we go through an up dog. You decide. You can rest in child's pose at any time. When you're ready, we'll come back to our downward dog and just start to kick our own bum with our right foot as you press into the left foot. So again, maybe we just stay here kicking our bum. That can be enough. Or maybe we start to build a little momentum, starting to find the heel working its way over to the left side, pivoting on the left toes, releasing that right foot down and opening up to the front of the body again. Take another inhale here, enjoying this nice stretch. And as you exhale, we'll pivot back around three-legged dog. Big inhale here. Finding our way into that warrior one. So the front foot comes to the inside edge of the hand and we'll drop the back heel. When you're ready, inhale, lift up. You can find those weights. Start to draw them down. Inhale, reach up. Bring them back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your hands down, straighten that front leg. Peel the toes away from the earth. Find that length. Maybe you need to lift. Fighting blocks. Maybe you just use your deep core muscles that we activated earlier to keep yourself suspended in the air. So wherever you are, take one more breath in. We'll start to press back down into that front foot, pivoting on the back toes, sealing the knee down for Anjaneyasana. When you're ready, inhale, lift up. Hands can either come behind your head. Maybe we find that deeper stretch by peeling the tissue of the belly and the thigh away from each other, helping to lengthen the tailbone down, really getting into the front hip flexor. Notice what you need this morning or this evening. Maybe it's a chest opener. Maybe it's hip flexor work. This is your practice, you decide. One more inhale here, and as you exhale, we're gonna work our way into that half split. Hands come to either side of that front foot or leg, and we'll start to straighten the front leg, peeling the toes away from the earth. If your hips start to come over towards the left side, work yourself back to center, using blocks underneath your hands or coming all the way up onto your fingertips. Keep looking towards your big toe. Finding more length, it comes with time. Big breath in. Full breath out. Last one. Starting to walk your hands forward when you're ready. Seal that foot down, and we're going to come to find our standing splits again. So just come to the front of the mat, kick your own bum. Seal the foot down. Grab for opposite elbows. Inhale, flat back. And exhale to fold. Slowly pressing into the heels, you can walk them apart, sink down as the toes turn out and allow some. Try to find a little more space in the chest, relaxing the shoulders behind you. Big breath in. Full breath out. This is enough. Stay here. Maybe we start to take our right hand down towards the ground. Left arm reaches up. Wiggle your fingers. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And as you exhale, we'll switch sides, reaching that opposite arm up. Wiggle your fingers. Big breath. Exhale that hand down, bring yourself back to center. Press into the tippy toes of your right foot, lifting the heel. Notice the stretch in the ground. One more breath. Exhale, release the heel down. Inhale, switch sides. Big breath. Exhale, release it down. Slowly sink your tailbone towards the earth. Maybe the hands come back behind you if you need a support. Maybe come right into our boat pose. Inhale. Exhale, get nice and long. Inhale, draw it. Exhale, get long. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, get long. Exhale, bring it in. Cross your legs to notice the difference. I'm gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale, get long. Inhale, bring it in so much harder. 1 more time. Exhale, get long. Inhale, bring it in. Give yourself a hug. When you're ready, we're gonna inhale, get long. So much easier. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, get long. Exhale, bring it in. Relax the body down to the earth. Start to release the low back by drawing circles with the knees, just like we did a few moments ago. One way and then the other. And start to slow things down quite a bit here. Releasing the left leg long if that feels comfortable. You can also bend into the knee, keeping the foot on the ground. We'll just hug the right knee in towards our chest. Notice how this is different from the first time we found this position. Take your right hand to your ankle, your left hand to your right knee. Draw the knee a little closer to your chest. Relax your shoulders down. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Take 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, release your foot, hands navigate behind the thigh. Just start to straighten your legs. Point and flex the toe. Make a circle with your ankle one way and then the other. You can stay here. If the shoulders can stay grounded, maybe you walk the hands up the leg. Slowly drawing that knee back into the chest. Hugging in a little tighter. Then we're either going to grab for the outside edge of our thigh or the outside edge of our foot and find your half happy baby here. Just pausing, getting a little deeper into the groin. Maybe take your head from side to side if that feels good. When you're ready, we're going to take this right leg so far over towards the left that we come off of our mat and onto our bellies for half frog pose. So we're essentially making a splat with our bodies. I'll show you on this side. So essentially, our knee is in line with our hip. And you can take your forearms in front of you, make a little pillow. And just hang out here for a couple minutes. About 10 breaths. Except you guys are on this side. Start to notice how your body feels as your breath slows down, as the practice slows down. One more breath here. And we're going to come right back to where we started, drawing that left knee into our chest. We're just going to find a normal twist. Let the eyes close. Just 3 more breaths like this. After your last breath, come back through center. And we'll just find that fun on the other side. If you need to adjust, you're welcome to. And depending on how your body's feeling, you might notice this side a little more. So maybe you keep your right knee bent as you draw the left knee into your chest. Maybe that right leg lengthens. At any point, you can take your head from side to side or close your eyes. Try to relax your shoulders down as you draw that left knee into your chest. Breathing in. Breathing out. And again, you can stay here. Maybe you navigate your hands behind the thighs, straighten the leg, point and flex the toe, maybe take an ankle circle or two. If it feels best, you can slowly walk the hands a little higher up the leg. Finding a deepening here in the stretch of the hamstring. Just make sure your shoulders stay grounded. You can stay here as long as you want or begin to work your way into that half happy baby, drawing the knee towards the armpit. Maybe we grab for the outside edge of the foot or the thigh. can take your head from side to side at any point. Keep the neck relaxed. Eventually we'll find our half frog on this side, drawing that left knee into the chest and then over towards the right side. Watching out for microphones and propsticles in your path. Start to line up the knee and the hip, but also the ankle and the knee, and then we'll either just start to make a cactus with our arms and flop down completely, or maybe we grab a real pillow, or maybe we make one with our forearms. And again, we'll just rest here for a couple minutes. Breathing in. Letting it all go. Two more breaths, just as you are. And just like before, we're gonna roll back to where we started. Drawing that left knee into the chest. Repositioning yourself as needed. When you're ready, just find a normal twist. Bringing that left knee over towards the right side of your body. Every breath lifts the center of your heart. Every exhale relaxes the back body. Feeling a little softer with every breath you release. Return to your back. Knees can come into your chest. Slowly begin to take the soles of the feet together so the knees splay out, allowing one hand to rest on your belly, one hand to rest on your heart. Shoulders soften, releasing into the earth. Reconnect with your breath if you've lost it. Connecting with the energy in and around you. You can stay here as long as you'd like. When you're ready, extend your arms and your legs. Keeping the eyes closed, I'll guide you through a little body scan using a bowl. And since you're at home, probably, you should be able to stay as long as you'd like. Feel free to mute the video so no static comes through. Allowing you to rest a little longer. Begin to wiggle all 10 toes. Squeezing the muscles of your feet as tightly as you can. Take one more breath here. With an exhale, release the muscles of your feet. Noticing the energy travel up the ankles. another breath so strong and powerful. Maybe both of your legs lift up. And with your exhale, release. Letting that energy travel up the body to the tips of your fingers. Give all 10 a gentle wiggle. Eventually squeezing the muscles of both hands. Take another breath. And with your exhale, release that energy. Your hands blossom open. Feeling the energy rush through your arms, to the shoulders as they squeeze behind you, to every muscle in the face. Feel everything in your body peel away from the earth. With this last exhale, let it all go. Surrendering here. Finding your way to rest. Taking the remainder of this time just for you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Ready to come back to life, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, making small circles with your wrists or your ankles. You can take your head from side to side. When you're ready, reach your arms overhead. Stretch long like a line. And when you're ready, draw your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug. Staying there as long as you'd like. Taking time to pause as we transition away from our practice. Eventually making your way to a tall seat. When you're ready, take an inhale, arms reach overhead. Palms sealed together, down to the center of our heart. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be whole. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be whole. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining us all in practice, raising the collective vibration of our earth so that we can fight this virus, encouraging everyone to stay in and practice from home, so we can all get through this together with all the love in my heart. I cherish all the love within each of you. Namaste. We did it. If you guys are still there, or if you're coming on, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, please don't forget about the donations. If you are able to donate, there should be a button below if you're watching on YouTube where you can donate. All of the donations are going to collectively go to all of the teachers at Black Swan, so it's a great way to support all of your favorite teachers here at your home studio. And again, for those of you who are keeping your memberships active, we thank you so much, because those memberships are what's keeping the studio alive, allowing the streaming to happen, and keeping this home safe for us when we come back. So thank you, and I'll see you in about 45 minutes.